Oasis Audio presents Chosen by Ted Decker. Read for you by Adam Werner.
Beginnings. Our story begins in a world totally like our own, yet completely different. What once happened here in our own history seems to be repeating itself thousands of years from now, sometime beyond the year 4000 AD. But this time, the future belongs to those who see opportunity before it becomes obvious, to the young, to the warriors, to the lovers, to those who can follow hidden clues and find a great treasure that will unlock the mysteries of life and wealth. 13 years have passed since the lush-colored forests were turned to desert by Tile, the enemy of Elyon, and the vilest of all creatures. Evil now rules the land and shows itself as a painful, scaly disease that covers the flesh of the Horde, a people who live in the desert. The powerful green waters, once precious to Elyon, have vanished from the earth except in 7 small forests surrounding 7 small lakes. Those few who have chosen to follow the ways of Elyon now live in these forests, bathing once daily in the powerful waters to cleanse their skin of the disease. The number of their sworn enemy, the Horde, has grown in 13 years, and, fearing the green waters above all else, these desert dwellers have sworn to wipe all traces of the forests from the earth. Only the Forest Guard stands in their way. 10,000 elite fighters against an army of nearly 400,000 Horde. But the Forest Guard is starting to crumble. 1. Day 1. Kurong, general of the Horde, stood on the tall dune 5 miles west of the green forest, ignoring the fly that buzzed around his left eye. His flesh was nearly white, covered with a paste that kept his skin from itching too badly. His long hair was pulled back and woven into dreadlocks, then tucked beneath the leather body armor cinched tightly around his massive chest. "Do you think they know?" the young major beside him asked. Kurong's milky white horse, chosen for its ability to blend with the desert, stamped and snorted. The general spit to one side. "They know what we want them to know," he said, "that we are gathering for war, and that we will march from the east in 4 days. "It seems risky," the major said. His right cheek twitched, sending 3 flies to flight. "Their forces are half what they once were. As long as they think we are coming from the east, we will smother them from the west." "The traitor insists that they are building their forces," the major said. "With young pups," Kurong scoffed. "The young can be crafty, and I'm not. They know nothing about the traitor. This time we will kill them all." Kurong turned back to the valley behind him. The tents of his 3rd Division, the largest of all Horde armies, which numbered well over 300,000 of the most experienced warriors, stretched out nearly as far as he could see. "We march in 4 days, Kurong said. "We will slaughter them from the west." 2. 12 of the forest's strongest and bravest young fighters crouched in their brown battle leathers at each end of the grassy stadium field, waiting for the command to stand and fight for the hairy ball sitting at center field. 5,000 spectators stood in the stands carved from the earth, holding their collective breath. 4 squad leaders were to be chosen today, and each one given a house to own, the choice of any horse, and an emerald-handled sword, making them the envy of every man, woman, and child in the village. All of this would be decided by one man, Thomas Hunter,